Yeah, wonderful tradition to follow in the wake of. And, of course, Abu Ghraib, which we use as our principal facility, was really pioneered by Saddam Hussein and used for torture and abuse.
And now the Military Commissions Act and the Detainee Treatment Act supposedly ban torture, and yet both of them have major loopholes that basically allow this to continue, maybe not by the military, but at least by the CIA up until this day, right?
Well, that's the position that the Bush administration is taking. I mean, they're basically saying, okay, to the critics, we will absolve the military, the uniformed military, from involvement in our torture program, but we want to preserve it for use by the CIA. Now, the view that I think many take, including I think Senator McCain, is that no, there's no distinction in the law that allows you to do this with the CIA. There are different standards that apply for the CIA, and there's more flexibility, but certainly it doesn't improve waterboarding or long-time sleep deprivation or some of these other techniques. But the administration takes a contrary view and probably has lined up opinions from the Office of Legal Counsel. After all, the Office of Legal Counsel of the Department of Justice will write any opinion that the administration desires to have written, no matter how outrageous or ridiculous. So probably they have opinions saying that they can do this in the CIA, and they do seem to be continuing to do it. Although we're assured that other than the 3 waterboarding cases, there have been no others.
Yes, well, I accept those assurances at face value, as I'm sure you do as well.
Well, for the moment, I certainly accept that there are 3 cases they've done. I'm not sure that that's all.
Now, to end this show real quick here, I know you got to head out the door, but I wanted to, first of all, congratulate you. I should have last time, but I think we ran out of time. But you were instrumental in getting this Governor Don Siegelman spring from prison, and apparently Karl Rove in some trouble. I know he's after you now. Can you give us an update on what's going on with this case real quick?
Well, the Siegelman case is going to appeal in the 11th Circuit, but I think the real center of activity has moved to Congress, where the Judiciary Committee now is pushing Karl Rove to come forward and testify. And Governor Siegelman had been making that accusation for a long time and had just been blown off. Well, I spent a lot of time looking at it, and I concluded that his accusations were extremely well-founded. In fact, I found Karl Rove's fingerprints all over the case, beginning to end. And Karl Rove, well, what can you say? I think he's a little nervous about this right now. Congress is going to subpoena him. They're talking contempt citation and other measures. And he's been playing them with ridiculous games, saying that he would answer written questions or that he would agree to submit to their questions, but only off the record, and he wouldn't do so under oath. And Congress has told him that's not going to go. Then recently he attacked me, saying that I had no basis for saying that he was involved in Siegelman's opponent's campaign. But, I think poor Mr. Rove failed to look at his own White House website, where, in fact, he brags about his involvement in the campaign against Siegelman. He brags about the role he played in a July 15th, 2002 fundraiser that brought in $4 million for the Riley campaign, which was the bulk of its financing for that election.
Well, if it's up to me, I'd nominate you to be Attorney General. That'd be some fun news watching at night, I know.
Yeah, well, I think there are probably a number of people in the Bush administration who would feel queasy about that.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, everybody, that's the other Scott Horton, the real Scott Horton, heroic anti-torture human rights lawyer. You can read what he writes at harpers.org. Thanks a lot for your time today, Scott.
Thanks. Great to be with you.
This debate is occurring because of the Supreme Court's ruling that said that we must conduct ourselves under the Common Article 3 of the Geneva Convention. And that Common Article 3 says that there will be no outrages upon human dignity. It's very vague. What does that mean?